What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Make sure you guys download the Bet Rivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. I'm your host of First String Podcast, Toothpick. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we have James Wright, Cowboy Fan of the Year. We will also have our Preakness update for you guys. We'll talk a little NBA, as well as some Commanders ownership problems. And we just heard about a training camp joint practice. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to get into all of that. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go.
Yeah. First String Podcast. Yeah. True Danny. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First String Podcast, yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, comment, share. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests join us. You should chime in. Trudini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. AntMoe coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet $1 million, bet $1 million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle about it.
All right. Welcome back to First String Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Download the Bet Rivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older to play. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Give us a good thumbs up. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this right here. The most important part of this whole thing is tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Like, share, comment. We welcome the comments. We love it, just like I said in the intro. Now, let's bring in a person who's totally out of uniform today, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Say it.
He had a nerve to say totally out of uniform. I got a hat on.
I said you got the hat on. A Valdosta, Georgia is what it really is.
Woo! Hey.
What is it? What's it called? Titletown?
Wintersville, USA.
Wintersville, USA. There we go. All right, now, listen, let's bring in another number one contender right here. The pride of Prince George's County, Lady A. How are you?
Not the pride of Prince George's County, though.
The pride of Prince George's County.
I was born in Washington, D.C., though. But
hey, well, you know, we live in PG
I
now.
live in PG.
All right. Yeah, as my man Ron would say, PG in the house. Yeah, you know, Ron's gonna get his shine. What's up, Drew? Drew's in the building.
All right, listen. Out of my years in PG, so I'm no problem. No problem.
All right. Hey, Agent Wildcat 57 said, "What's up, Cedric?" Class first in the building. Yeah, they put that whole name out there. Right. We got Drew in the building. Hey, good evening, Drew. And then Wildcat said, hey, you know. All right, now listen. Lady A, you have on a burgundy shirt. I have on a burgundy shirt today.
Of course.
Why? Because we have...
because I wear burgundy shirts.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, okay. But listen, we have James Wright, Cowboy Fan of the Year, joining us today. We're going to talk Cowboy schedule and draft picks with James. Hello, sir. How are you?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. And Drew said, "See Pleasance in the house." That's right, Drew. Yeah, okay, James. We're gonna do a little switcheroo here. All right, I'm gonna put you up here, and then I'm gonna do a little magic. Bam! All of a sudden, you get the big box. All right, hold on. Wait. All right, bam. Okay, listen, James. First off, tell us how you became a Cowboys fan. The most important part of this is why you became a Cowboys fan, because we're gonna find and poke holes all through that. But how long you been a Cowboys fan and why?
Okay, I've been a Cowboys fan since I started watching football back in 1976, 77-ish.
All right.
So it's been a long time.
So did your parents get you into being a Cowboys fan?
Well, actually, the reason why I became a Cowboys fan was because of my best friend. My best friend was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So
Okay.
back in the 70s, I was born in South Carolina. So back then, we didn't have a team. Carolina didn't have a team.
Right.
So back in the 70s, there was only a few teams that was on TV that we knew about. The Steelers, the Cowboys, the Redskins, the Dolphins, because they had just went undefeated in 72. So
Right.
it wasn't a whole lot. So he was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and we were rivals at everything. So I couldn't be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because that wouldn't solidify the rivalry. So I was like, Cowboys, they look good. They always on TV. They shine. They got that star.
Well,
Man.
first off, that's a rating. You just didn't know it back then, and it's a 1-star rating. Okay, so it's not a logo; it's a rating. Drew
But
is down with
let
the
me-
rating as well.
No, let me ask you this. So in the Bible says the angels told the wise men to look for a sign to find baby Jesus. I just want to know what that sign was that they told them to look for. This is biblical now. I didn't write this. God gave me this. So I didn't write this, but anytime you want to go ahead and shout out that answer, you can go ahead. Don't worry. I'll wait. I got time.
Hold on. I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's Dallas located?
Dallas is located in Texas.
In the South,
Oh,
right?
Texas, what part of the country?
It's the South.
Yeah, but we was looking for the North Star, not the Southern Star.
On that. Go ahead. There you go.
That's not what it says. That says it does not say the North Star. It says
the North.
the star.
They found the
Look
North.
for the sign.
They didn't
The
find
star will be in the north, but the sign was the star.
the star in the North. That's what they found.
Hey,
The star.
hey,
Hold on, it's
I'm just saying. Look,
Gene,
and when they when they found it, what happened?
the North Star? Yeah, when
When they found the star, what happened?
many stars in the sky, it was the North Star that led them.
oh, okay, hold on. So,
I'm just saying.
James, I gotta give you respect because say it. James is a retired Army veteran.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about how many years you did there and how wonderful that was as well.
So I did 29 years in the Army, active duty. Yep.
Right.
So my goal, I thought I was going to die in the Army because I was like, I don't know anything else. I was institutionalized. I loved it. So I thought I was going to die, but they told me, nah, you reached your retention control point. You got to get out. I was like, I got to get out and do what? They said, whatever you want to do. And I was like, I don't even know what I want to do. So when they put me out, it was kind of a stressful time.
Okay. Say what was your MOS?
13 Bravo, artillery. Artillery.
Oh, survey.
Turn it up loud. 'Cause I can't hear it.
Okay.
Hey, I like Good Morning Vietnam. I don't care what you play, just play it loud because I'm in artillery.
Because I can't hear a thing.
Can't hear a thing. All right, so listen. What does it take to be a fan of the year? Because you are one of the 32 fans of the year and you get treated to nice things, but what did it take for you to become a fan of the year, James?
So literally, I was at home. It was 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and it popped up on my screen. Said, "Hey, are you a big fan, or do you know someone that's a big fan? If you do, fill out this survey." So I filled out the survey. It took literally about an hour and a half to fill out the survey because I can't remember how many questions they had. So I filled out the survey. I said the worst that could happen is that I don't win, and I'm in no worse off situation than I'm in right now.
True.
So I filled it out. Then 4 months later, they send me an email and they're like, "Hey, you're a finalist for the fan of the year." So I'm like pumped up. So I'm calling my partners and I'm calling everybody, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, you can't say nothing because we haven't decided who won yet." So I'm like, okay. So a week before, they're like, "Hey, are you going to be available on Saturday to do a Zoom call like what we're doing now?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I'll be available." So I'm sitting waiting for the Zoom call to come in, and I can't get in. I'm like, man, I can't get in. So I'm calling my rep, and she's not answering the phone. She sends me a message. She's going, hey, it's going to be 15 more minutes. So my best friend calls me in between time, and she's like, hey, you need to open your front door. And I'm like, I will do no such thing because I'm waiting for the Cowboys Zoom call to see if I'm the fan of the year. She's like, no, seriously, you need to open your front door. And I'm like, no, seriously, I'm waiting for this Zoom call. Like, you know what I'm doing because I already told you. She's like, just open the door. I was like, Marion, if I miss this call, I'm going to be a little bit upset because I knew what I was going to say. I was going to pitch myself. I was in all my gear. I was ready. So I go down, I open my front door, and Darren Woodson is standing right there. He's like, I'm Darren Woodson of the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm like, I know exactly who you are. Yeah, right. I know who you are. What are you doing at my house?
Right.
So, yeah, Darren Woodson, the cheerleaders, the drum line, the mascot, and the Cowboys bus are literally in front of my house, like at my house. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Pretty awesome.
That is crazy.
Pretty awesome, right?
Yeah. That was a unbelievable moment.
All right. Yep. So along with being fan of the year, you've been to Super Bowls, you attended the draft. I mean, sort of like a big deal. I've seen your trailer, it's pulled up, you drop your trailer, there's a buggy. Ant's not here today because I sent him away. He's on assignment. But yeah, he was gonna fanboy out. I said, Ant, do you know who this is? Ant said, absolutely, I don't know who that is. so we could tease Ant about that later. But there are some duties that you guys do when you're a fan of the year, and give us a little bit of those.
So one of the prerequisites, or one of the questions they asked, will you be able to travel as the fan of the year? And I was like, I absolutely can travel. So they wanted me to go to the away games, to the home games, to the Pro Bowl, to the Super Bowl, to the draft. And I'm hoping they give me an invite for training camp, which I'm pretty sure they will. So I was able to go to all the games last year, except for the first preseason game, because I wasn't named as a fan of the year when preseason started. But I went to every single game last year, to include.
This is absolutely important. He was in the building when Sam Howell made that appearance, and he said it was a wonderful game because we talked about this before James came on. He was like, it was absolutely a wonderful game. It was cold. They beat our butts. Dak Prescott tried to throw an interception, and then he actually completed the interception, and he enjoyed every moment of it. Did I get that correct?
No comment.
I would the game too. It was amazing. I would agree.
All right. No, that was probably one of the most disappointing games that I went to the whole year. Even though we lost to Green Bay and we lost to Jacksonville, that Washington Commanders game was probably the most disappointing game that I went to.
Well, we look forward to running it back this year, and we'll see you on Thanksgiving. So we'll see you on Thanksgiving. Maybe Lady A will be down here, and then we'll all get together again, and then we'll run it back week 18 in Landover at FedEx Field. Maybe FedEx Field. Yeah. So First String Podcast, we will be located those 2 days. All right. Yeah. Now let's get into this. The draft. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So, I was gonna say that I plan on going to both of those games. So right. I gotta get a redo over from last year's disappointment. Even though it was
repeated. I got you.
I talked to Sam already. He said he plans on doing the exact same thing that he did last year, which was disappoint you.
It'll be after Christmas, so we'll have found Jesus. The star be shining bright. Shine bright. Yeah.
Wrong direction, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah. The draft. How do you like your draft picks? Which one are you most excited to see?
So actually, I thought the draft picks were really good. Really, I thought we did at least an A, maybe an A- in the draft. And I'm more excited to see the running back and Mozzie Smith, because Mozzie Smith, I didn't know he was a beast like he was. It's kind of like Micah Parsons. Everybody overlooked Micah Parsons They overlooked him.
No. I have to correct you right there. No one overlooked Micah Parsons.
But
Everyone
he didn't get
knew
picked.
who he was.
When he first came into the league, they did.
But
We
they didn't pick him.
knew he was going to be Micah Parsons. First off, when you're in college and you're a bully in college, right? You're a bully in college. That already means that you're going to be a bully in the NFL. So no one overlooked Micah Parsons at all.
I definitely feel that Mozzie was a secret, one of those secret picks that he's a really good.
Yeah, he was that diamond in the rough because I didn't know who he was, but then once we picked him, I went and we all got on Google because we was all at the draft and we was like, Mozzie Smith, yeah, okay, let's see who this dude is.
Right.
So we all got on Google and we was like, oh man, this might be the real deal because that's a lot of man that can move really fast.
Yeah,
like for real.
Say it. What do you got to say? Say it. What do you got to say?
He moved mighty fast, all except one team. We'll talk about that another time.
Oh Lord.
That's so pretty cool, man, to hear as fan of the year they let you go that many games. I'm really jealous of hearing that. And to be able to see them games home and away. That's pretty interesting. I'm really jealous right now. I can sit here and truly say that.
I don't know what's going on with Sayed's voice. He sounds extra deep today. He sounds extra deep.
Let me clarify. Fan of the year jealous, yes. Dallas Cowboy,
There you go. Speak on that. But you know what? I do have a question though. I have a question because I saw that all the teams had their fan of the year, present at a lot of different events. Do you mingle with the other fans of the year? Because I've met the Commanders fan of the year, and I've seen a bunch of Chris Hog Farmer. He, I've seen a group of people. So how was that? Like, did you make lifelong friends or saw people you've met before?
Oh my God! So all of us, all 32 of us, developed a family. Like literally, it was. Oh my God, I read your story. You're great. What you're doing is great. Your cause is great. Your family is great. So we all got together. Our first event that we got together was over a Zoom call. And that was the first time that we were all together where we got to speak to the commissioner. We spoke to Jessica, which is in charge of NFL relationships. And we were all just like blown away how well we got along in the different elements of who we are, because I take my hat off to the Lions fan of the year, to the Browns fan of the year. They have no reason to be fans like that, and they are truly lovers of their team. Like I'm like, how do you do it? Like I just don't understand how you do it. And their story is it started back in childhood, and Barry Sanders was their hope for the Lions, and Jim Brown was the hope for Cleveland. But I was like, y'all have nothing. Nothing. I'm just saying, y'all have I said NFC East, we're the winningest division in the NFL, hands down. They can say NFL least or whatever. We have more Super Bowls collectively than any division in the NFL.
Y'all should be. Y'all one of the oldest teams out there. Y'all in Green Bay.
Okay, so we got more than Green Bay.
Y'all supposed to. Y'all one of the oldest teams out there. You say, Pig?
Haters up there.
Ain't no haters. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Your new team is part of the NFC East. So stop.
Yeah, Sid, you are. Sid,
your new team is part of the NFC East.
He's a Georgia North fan. So, but he can't wear green. He can't wear green on the podcast. He just can't do it. So, hey, if y'all feel free to nominate Sid for for Georgia North Fan of the Year when it pops up. Go ahead and nominate Sid. So he can go. So he could pull his bulldog wings out.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. So back to your question. Yeah, we have a a messenger, and we're all on the messenger, and we share all of our successes with each other, and we're really happy for each other as a individual, not so much for their team, but as an individual or as an accomplishment. Yeah, we're happy to see it, and we're looking forward to going to the other stadiums to see each other. Like when I won Fan of the Year and I traveled to all the stadiums, I would call up a Fan of the Year. Hey, I'm coming to your city. We need to meet and take a picture. Bring your jacket. Yeah. So now we have rings, so we can go. Hey, bring your ring. Make sure you wear your ring. I wear my ring every day.
I love it.
Nice. So they do treat you pretty well for all that you do. Let's get into the schedule. All right, let's get into this NFL schedule. NFL schedule dropped a couple of weeks ago. The Cowboys, they always do a great job of promoting their schedule drop. Which games are you most looking forward to, and which games are you least looking forward to? Because we have a tough schedule this year as far as being in the NFC East. We play some of the most common opponents, Buffalo. We play New England, Miami. The Cheetahs going to be running wild. And what's that other team? The Jets.
You said who?
Jets. Jets.
So are you looking forward to seeing AA Ron?
So for me, the game that I'm looking most forward to is February 11th.
Nah, you won't be there.
Yeah, we will be there.
That's a negatory.
I'm just saying.
That's a negatory.
That's the game I'm most forward looking to.
No, he might be there. His team might not, but he could be there.
Hey, the Cowboys may send him. Hey, Fan of the Year, you're right. They're gonna send him out there. You're right.
They do this every year. They do this every year.
No, but that's the game.
Dad.
You would think his cousin Aunt something because this right here. He said so
I'm just saying. And the game that I'm least looking forward to playing is anything after January 7th. If we're not playing after January 7th, that's disappointing.
You said you wanted
I'm just saying.
on January 7th. You scared of that game? Is that what you said?
No, anything after January. If we're not playing after January 7th, then we have an issue. I'm not going to be there February 11th.
Well, the January
I don't like them like that.
It's not going to be happy for you either. I'm just saying, because was January 8th a good game for you?
It sure was not.
It was.
But that game didn't matter. I was okay with losing that game last year because I knew. Listen. I knew that I had another week to play because I was going to Tampa.
Now listen,
I was going to Tampa.
Shouts out to my man John Lucas. All right, because we was at John's tailgate, and I remember the vibe that day. Lady A, you remember the vibe that day?
I do.
The vibe that day was the Cowboys are coming in here to throw dirt on us. Cowboy fans. I got pictures with Cowboy fans telling us how bad they was about to beat us. And then the ball kicked off.
You couldn't find them.
You can find them. And and my man, shouts out to my man Ron and Droop knows this. We put a watch on every Cowboys fan that was up there and told them to stay away from all bridges. I remember this. Listen, I remember flying up when I flew from Dallas. I flew from Dallas and I got on the plane and I was sitting up front and people walking past, they walking past. And I didn't see too much cowboy gear. Like I may see, one hat, a t-shirt. But when I landed in Washington, it was like I got up, I turned around, and the whole plane had on cowboy gear. Now, when I went home, couldn't find one star, one logo, one Dallas upside down. Couldn't find none of it. I was on the plane. Is this plane empty of Cowboy fans?
No, so yeah. Look, I was upset after the loss, but this is the question that I asked the Commanders fans. Who do y'all play next week?
Oh, it didn't matter. We got our Super Bowl was that Sunday. Our Super Bowl was that Sunday. And guess what? We won.
I think it's really funny because you say that the last game of the regular season didn't matter. But did the first week of the playoffs matter? Because it's not like y'all went anywhere with that.
We won that game.
But did you go?
We won that game in Tampa.
They beat Tampa and Brady. You beat Brady right into retirement.
Look, we pushed Brady in retirement. Brady owns us, and so does Aaron. His thinking, woo! We're not going to even talk. Woo! But that was such a great victory in Tampa. Oh my gosh. I wore my African suit in Tampa. So it was victorious on all levels. All levels.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
go ahead, lady.
The purpose of the playoffs is to get to the Super Bowl. You're supposed to win all those games to get to the Super Bowl. So if you lose in the playoffs, do the playoffs game really matter? It don't count towards the regular season. Does it really matter?
It doesn't. It actually doesn't, but it gives you that sense of satisfaction. So this is the question I asked the Eagles fans that got on my last nerve. Every 2 seconds, them suckers were saying, "Fly, Eagles." I was like, oh my God.
Say that's Sam's new favorite song. That's Sam's new favorite song.
I was singing it too, but he was really
every 2 seconds they were saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly, fly, Eagles." You couldn't walk 4 steps without hearing that song. Literally in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
After they got beat, you didn't hear a fly eagle. You couldn't hear a fly goat fly, gnat fly, scratch my nose, gone. I was so glad.
James, I know you got to play a football game. The question is, are you about to go out there in your rowdy suit and play in this football game that you're about to play in?
No, I'm doing my JRTC thing.
All right, okay. Listen, we appreciate you, man. This was really fun. This was really fun. Man, I'm gonna try to get the rest of the fans of the year on here. James, you're gonna have to help me out with that right there.
Yeah. I'll shoot him a message.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Listen, we really appreciate you joining us. What do you think the Cowboys' record will be this year?
This year, realistically, I'm thinking 12-5, 13-4, somewhere around there. Realistically.
So give me your losses. Tell me who you losing to.
We're going to split with them Eagles. I just think we're going to split with the Eagles. We're going to probably lose that Buffalo game because it's going to be colder than bullfrogs' booties on a piece of ice because we're not going to play well in this game. So,
hold on. I just heard something from inside the house that said, you daggone right, you're going to lose that game.
he ain't even going to the game. Well, if he ain't going to the game, I don't want to hear. We ain't even going to the game. So we're gonna probably lose that game. And I'm okay with losing that game. Because you don't have to go undefeated to get to the Super Bowl. Again, what I asked the Eagles fans last year, is it better to go and lose or to not go at all?
Go and lose.
Let's ask.
No.
He's yelling bragging rights.
Well, hold on. Let's ask because they've gone many times and lost.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that's true.
And nobody loses a Super Bowl like the Buffalo Bills. Let's go.
East. They lose to the NFC East.
He's screaming, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. They can't be the NFC East team. They better hope the NFC East don't go.
Shouts out to Gene. He's out right now. All right.
Yeah.
So so the Eagles, Buffalo Bills. Who else?
I think we're going to sweep the Giants. We may, depending on how the Commanders. But one thing I'm gonna say about the Commanders, y'all kind of need to be like Lionel Richie and go out on your own. But we're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say that out loud. Y'all can be like the Commodores.
Oh my goodness.
But we might split with the Commanders. And then the last one is a toss-up with Aaron Rodgers and his So because it's early in the season.
Yeah.
Y'all might be able to get him early.
We might be able to get them early, or we might got early and then get it together. So,
all right.
So,
that L on Thanksgiving.
Whoa.
Here you go.
As I take a small gander at that schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all got Detroit late in the year.
The Lions? Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my! No, we're not worried about them.
Wait. Who was one of the hottest teams going down the stretch?
The Detroit
last year.
I'm just saying. That don't mean
last year.
That don't mean they didn't improve.
What they do though?
I'm just saying. Their problem was the tiebreakers what got the line. That's what got the line. They just tell the truth. The tiebreaker what got the lines. Okay, so y'all play Seattle twice.
The preseason don't count because we ain't even playing. I can go out and play in preseason.
No, you can't.
That don't count.
Y'all don't do it. You be
preseason. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see the preseason. And y'all play them at home, okay? And my last.
Yeah, we playing them at home. We at Dallas for Seattle.
Okay.
And my last one was that's going to depend on the quarterback. That's going to depend on the quarterback. He may not be ready. Tua may be out by that game. Okay, I give you credit for it.
Okay. Hey, thank you, James. Thank you for joining us, man. We really appreciate you. This was fun. I got to get some more fans of the year on here. Thank you for jumping in with us, man. I really do appreciate it. It was awesome. I hope you Cowboy fans are happy because we're never having another Cowboy fan on here again.
Look, one thing before I go, y'all can use this too on your show. Everybody wants to be a star.
Oh Lord,
that's not true. All right,
James. That's true. Everybody wants to be a star. I'm just saying. I didn't write it.
They want to be the North Star, not the South.
But it's still a star.
That's cute.
It's still a star. And for that rating, you can't get to 5 unless you start at what number?
Don't nobody want to get one.
Oh, no. I'm just saying. You can't be 5 years old unless you start at what number? Huh?
Y'all ain't been 5 years old in a very long time.
But I'm just saying, you can't get to 5 until you get to what number?
Y'all old and broke down now.
But where do you start? Look, I'm old and broken, but I started at 1 and worked my way up.
Don't nobody gonna be a 1 star though.
James is so much fun, man.
I'm just saying.
If you was an Uber driver with 1 star, you gonna be happy?
He's an Uber driver.
I'm gonna be okay because he's an Uber driver.
Well, 1 star? That's not good.
He ain't got no snacks or nothing.
Look, he's probably just starting off, so he ain't had no more than about 10 people.
Oh, you got because if one person give you a 5 star, the first one, you a 5 star.
But if them other ones,
we just have more stars than the football team because at least they got 3 stars on their uniform, and that's just average.
Well, look, we got 2 on the helmet.
No,
we
that's
got
1.
No, it's 1 on each side. 1 on each side because you don't earn your star until you become on the roster. It's 1 on. Look, watch when we start preseason. They don't have no stars on their head if they ain't on the roster. They got a nice, clean, pretty gray helmet.
So
they get their star after they make the team.
How many stars on the field?
I wouldn't know.
1 in the middle. Yeah. That way you won't get lost. We trying to help y'all not get lost. Follow the star. You gotta follow the star.
Thank you, James. We had a great time with you. Go do your JROTC thing, man. We appreciate it.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Too,
everybody
James
wants to be a star.
James is awesome, man. I really did have fun with it. Why you jumping in the box?
He's doing A-Town.
A-Town.
Peace up, A-Town down.
A-Town down.
Hit him with it. And Cowboy fans, boy, I tell you, they take it too far.
James is funny.
Why they take it too far? Say
they just do. Every year they going to the Super Bowl.
Every year
we going to the Super Bowl this year.
He didn't miss it. He didn't miss it. He did not. James did not miss it. He got it in there.
Right out there.
Going
February
to
12th.
the Super Bowl. Yeah.
We were all like, what?
Nah, I already knew what it was.
I said, you can go.
And I just said Super Bowl. Wait a minute.
But you're not going, but you can go.
Yeah, you can show up. You can show up.
Yeah, they will get some more free tickets.
Hey, listen. In about 30 minutes or so, we're going to have another guest. We're gonna get you guys ready for the Preakness at was that 9 o'clock Eastern, right?
Yeah.
9 o'clock Eastern.
Mhm.
We're gonna have Chuck on. Smoking Joe couldn't be with us. He has to work tonight. So we're still gonna get you guys ready for the Preakness with our guy Chuck, who's gonna be coming on from Vegas. Very intelligent guy. So we're gonna get you ready. So make sure you have your pen and papers ready at that time. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into the Commanders' ownership. So reports came out today that at the NFL owners meeting next week, they will not be voting on approving the sale to Josh Harris because they still got to look over the financials and everything like that. But there's no need to panic as of yet because this usually, just think about when Denver was sold, they had to call a special owners meeting and it took about 2 months after they had agreed to the sale to the Walmart family. And that's Walmart. You know what I mean? Like everybody goes to Walmart. I think I have to go to Walmart after the show and give them some more of my money. So you know they got the paper.
Don't they own Sam's Club too?
Yeah, they do. And I got to go there to get gas in the morning. So they're in my pockets always.
Oh, so you're gonna be an owner?
I am an owner, just like Ant was. He's part of the Bezos group.
Yeah,
he's part of the Bezos group at Amazon.
But I can say this: they petty too. Once you leave, they want to make you sell your stock so you can't get none of their dividends.
Don't leave. Keep them dividends.
I had to do what I got to do. I had to do what I
You
had to do.
You had to do what you got to do. Okay, so Said sold his. He could have been a Broncos owner. You could have went and sat in an owner suite, Said, but you sold your dividends. Don't sell your dividends. Okay. So I'll be in Denver week 2 in the owner's box because I'm about to go reinvest in the Broncos again, twice. Right? Okay. So yeah, no need to panic because this usually takes about 2 months. However, my question to you guys is this, and I'm talking to the audience. Are you concerned? I mean, together, all of the ownership group has about $100 billion, right? But that's not like liquid. They can't go in their pockets and pull out 7 million each, like right now. They're not liquid. Are you guys concerned about where the money's going to come for a stadium? So that's what I want to know. If you guys are concerned or not. And Lady A, I'm going to ask you right now. Are you concerned about where's the funds going to come from for a stadium?
Personally, no. Here's the reason why I'm not really concerned. Number one, they're going to pour a lot of money into the current stadium for this season, which is cool. I appreciate that. Also, let's go back a little bit to when Dan was sort of in the good graces of local officials. They were practically going to give him space for a stadium. Then they all pulled back because Dan got all the drama going on. So with that said, they're excited that Dan is leaving. So will they return back to the conversation? Will they still attempt to contribute? I'm hoping so, especially now with the new ownership, all the excitement surrounding the team. DC, Maryland, and Virginia were all fighting for the Commanders to come to their city. Well, to make the next home in their territory. So they may go back to that. And they're just waiting. And all three of them are always competing. If you're not, if you've never been in the DMV area or never got to experience the politics of this area, I mean, yes, DC is where our government is, but the whole area is sometimes it gets way too political. But they were all fighting for the Commanders to have their stadium in their district or their domain or whatever, wherever they wanted to go. So I think that may come back up.
1.5 billion from DC. 1.5 billion is what Metaphor says. That's nice RFK plot for that nice RFK plot. Bruce Glass said he's not worried at all. Say it. You guys, the Atlanta Falcons, I want you to speak to it sort of differently, right? The Atlanta Falcons, they have this nice little bird's nest called the Mercedes-Benz Dome, and you guys even have Chick-fil-A, but it's not open on game day.
That was so petty.
What's wrong,
Anyway, we're gonna scoop it past that right there. Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that. Chick-fil-A now. They do though. People who don't know, the Falcons do have Chick-fil-A inside the stadium. It's not open on Sundays.
So meaning only on Thursday night games,
But
night games or Saturday.
what they do have in the stadium, you can get your fade right there in the building before you go to your seat.
All right now.
Make sure you're high. Make sure you tight before you get down on, and the camera flash across you.
So you can get a cut on a Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I bet you would be some jacked up haircuts because barbers be like, I know he didn't just score a touchdown.
Well, one of the best things about the Atlanta stadium is the prices.
Yeah, you said that.
Arthur Blank has the prices in there the lowest of any stadium in the league. Hot dogs, beer, nachos, the cheapest. You're not gonna go in there and pay $15 for no beer in the Atlanta stadium.
Well, it looks like we're going to Atlanta, said.
Long as we ain't flying. Anyway, we'll slide right past.
We play in Atlanta. We play them.
I know. I'm trying to get said to get there, but he won't fly. We're gonna Mr. T say. We're gonna hit said like Mr. T. We're gonna make him swallow up.
Whoa. Whoa, a big pause on that one.
Why do you keep doing?
We gonna hit him with a blow dart.
But Pitt, why do you keep doing these things?
Wait. You didn't have to do that. Nobody knew about that.
I'm just asking a question. I'm asking
when we got off the air, nobody knew about that. It was just for us. It was nobody else.
I'm gonna tell y'all now. Pick don't know what to say out his mouth.
I do. I told you I was doing it on purpose.
No, because during the show last time you said some stuff, and I'm like, me and Sarah were looking at you like, what? And then when we got off the air, we were like, Pick, what are you doing?
I was doing it on purpose. I really was doing it on purpose at that point.
But I think Arthur Blank put up quite a bit of money.
He is metaphor. Go to the corner right now.
To the corner,
not now, but right now.
Really
HR put you in the corner. We gonna
just awful.
Hey, metaphor. HR will talk to you later.
Right. Just go in the corner. Go sit down. No, go sit down because you acting up.
But it's gonna be interesting to see. I say that because of the current inflation, in the United States.
Yeah.
How much are the owners willing to put up, and how much would they want from the city to put up?
Yeah.
I mean, we already know the old owners going, so you got places that is going to be willing to allow them to get this land to build a new stadium.
Right.
So I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Yes, and metaphor just hit this on the nose right here. Lady A, please read that comment.
So he said, back to the last comment, Harris may rename FedEx. So what will the new name be? And I do feel as though, now in this day and age, when you have a stadium, the name is usually the biggest company that drops some money. Yep. And I feel that now that, like I said, with the location of a new stadium, truthfully, there's a lot of excitement around this team. People know that this team needs things. So we may still have a prime stadium while you sitting here talking. We just may still have that.
Hey, you think Jeff Bezos would actually sponsor the team, drop some money on the team after he wasn't allowed to bid on it?
Let me say something. With Snyder gone, that would be a slap in the face to him.
I think it'd be a little more than a slap in the face.
I mean, I'm being nice about it. Hello, HR. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. So I really it just depends on the company.
But that would be nice though, for hey, let me put my logo on the side of your building, and I'll give you 6 billion right now, 4 to 5 billion. That's cash infusion right there for all the owners in that group,
Mhm.
and they could take probably half of that and reinvest it into the team.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
not a
hoping,
bad idea.
I'm hoping that
I
Jeff
apologize for the phone.
I'm hoping Jeff is watching. I'm hoping. I don't think he watches the show because if he were, he would have fought harder to get the team. But that's another story.
Well, I just gotta say, Jeff Bezos, he's not coming in this to save the day. So anyone that thinks that Jeff Bezos will just be jumping in,
But
uh,
real talk, I would if that happened, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. This is first of all, we're in 2023. Think
yeah,
about the climate of our country
right,
and how everything operates. That's number one. And number two, this is the NFL.
yeah, but listen, Josh Harris, literally was like the bridesmaid last time, and Walmart jumped him, right? I mean, so you think that'll happen again twice? And he's already a minority owner for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let me tell you this. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying if it were to happen, I would not be surprised. Because think about real talk. Look at this team and look at all it was just shock after shock after shock after shock. When Snyder purchased the team in 99, did we you couldn't pay me to believe that all of the stuff would have transpired with this team and that we would end up here. We
Right.
knew that something wasn't right with him, but
Right.
we didn't think that he was going to completely go to this aspect. We didn't think he was going to bring total shame to the team. We didn't think he was going to be the best owner, but I mean, really? You had Congress coming for you? Come on now. Come on. And then you sit in the middle of the ocean
Chill.
avoiding them? Like,
He
come
said,
on.
make sure Harris fixed the plumbing.
I mean,
DJ
it's a lot
23
of stuff. It's a lot of stuff,
that
DJ.
needs to be fixed.
That needs
Yeah,
to be fixed. Like real talk.
yeah.
It's supposed to. They are so. I can't say him. The group. They're supposed to be putting in. What was it like 100
A
million
hundred million, a hundred million to
the break?
fix FedEx Field. Basically, they already know that they're going to be there until like 2027, 2028.
Right.
Right. So
It's a contract. So
yeah, it's going to take some time to get another stadium built. Game of Thrones Shane Bell for the Shane walk Shane.
it's a shame.
The
Yeah, he
Shane
brought
Bell for Dan
shame
Snyder. Yeah, I like that. I like that metaphor.
to the organization. Like as a whole, this organization been around all these years, and here he come.
Facts. All right, we got about a couple more minutes before we're joined by Chuck from Las Vegas, one of my favorite cities in the world.
Of course
So
it is.
I apologize for that right there. Yeah. Let's talk about this. Last night the Miami Heat played, and we didn't get to this one. The final four of the NBA, the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals, are going on. Our final four teams, basically. Okay. And we didn't get to talk about this, and we'll clean that up on Saturday. But Miami played Boston yesterday. All Miami does is win, right? And there's this thing being said right now about culture. Miami has to have one of the best cultures. When LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade formed a team, there was this young head coach named Eric Spoelstra that was put in place, right? And everybody's like, who is this? And since that point in time, only thing he does is has his team ready to beat the brakes off your team when it counts. Now, you said the Lakers was one of the hottest teams going into the playoffs. Miami, since they lost to Atlanta in that first round of the play-in game, they have absolutely been the hottest team in the playoffs.
Right.
What is it about Miami? Why
And
they
check
keep
this
winning?
out. Think about all the people who said they hated the playoff
The
game.
play-in game. The play-in game.
I'm sorry. The play-in games. Think about that. They lost the first game against Atlanta. And the only reason they got a do-over was because it was a 7-8 game. Had it been the 9-10 game, they would have been out of that.
Right.
And they turn around and knock off the number 1 team. Then they turn around and knock off they knocked off Milwaukee.
Yeah, they did.
They turn around and knocked off the number 2 team.
Yeah, they did. They taking the tough road, the road less traveled.
And if anybody say it doesn't work, they're not paying attention because it works. And if Miami makes it to the finals, no one can say anything about the playing games. No.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a little something, okay? I put a little something on a dog yesterday.
Uh-oh. What dog?
Oh, the Heat.
Okay, and then what happened?
I went money line.
I went money line.
I went money line because my guy Jimmy effing Buckets was ready to roll.
Pick.
I'm sorry.
You pushing it.
Well, you know what? I'm a mute myself for the next couple minutes. Say this on you.
Go get the money. Go get the money. Oh, my bad. Anyway,
yes.
The 2 NBA teams, like you said, the Miami and Boston series, it's going to be a great series. Miami has set the tone. They won the first game. Now we can move over to the Lakers in Denver. I say this because, like I said, Lakers one of the hottest teams coming in. The Denver Nuggets jumped up 25 on the Lakers. The Lakers made a halftime adjustment out of nowhere, had a chance to win that game.
Where?
They're down 4 right now.
Are the Denver Nuggets feeling going into game 2 tonight?
Well, they up 4 right now. But I'm gonna tell you something else. I put money on another dog. Let's just see how I'm feeling at the end of the night. All right.
So you tell us what happened now.
With what?
You said you put money on another dog. So what you do?
I went money line again.
Hey,
Hey,
aren't you the same one who keep telling me not to go money line when I
Wait. No, that's not money line for the favorite. That's money line for the dog. It's plus money we're talking about here.
How about you? What about the spread?
It's +5. The spread was +5.
Okay.
I just want the win. Give me the win.
If
they win by 3.
What is the spread? Is that higher?
No, the spread was -1.
Lower?
It was minus money at that time to take the spread. So I likes money.
Mm-hmm.
So I went money line for both of these dogs.
Did you do the over?
I actually okay. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Where's the graphics department? Listen, Metaphor
right now. Metaphor, we good.
Metaphor. The graphics department shows up on Saturdays. They work once a week, and they usually get fired on Sunday. The graphics department, they usually get fired on Sunday. They work on Saturdays.
It's a real high turnover rate.
It's a real high. It's a real. We are still looking for quality graphics people. That's Bruce, Drew, Metaphor. We're still looking for quality graphics people to help us out.
Graphics people, not named
Jada.
No, I said not named Jada. We can't afford her.
We can't afford Jada. We cannot afford Jada.
Wow. No, we can't afford Jada.
Jada said, "Yeah, she wants $100 million contract."
I don't understand that because I paid for school. So
did you say you want money line pick?
I did.
Go ahead.
Was it plus money?
Yeah, it was plus money when I did it.
Oh, okay.
For the Lakers, I went Lakers money line. Say it.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now.
You did. What's the score?
What is it now? Say it. Hold on.
Plus 188.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2016. Denver's up 20-16.
They're in striking distance. As long as they're not down by 30.
I just wanted to know, Pick. I'm not coming for you.
As long as they're not down 30, I'm gonna tell y'all what I put on it here in a second. I'm gonna tell y'all what I put on it. So.
The They probably won't get back down 30 again. They made that adjustment, gave Denver fits, and Denver had that first game at home where they couldn't miss anything. What's going to happen when they can't start hitting them shots now that the Lakers is up 10, 15 points?
That's what I put on it.
Okay.
Money line for the dogs is plus money. That's right, Bruce. Okay, listen. The Commanders also announced today that they will have a 2-day practice session with the Baltimore Ravens, a quality constructed football team. How excited are you guys for this? Because this is something that we haven't done since I think the last time we did it, we did it in Richmond, and it was against the Houston Texans, and everybody remember what happened there. You know, there was a huge fight. Trent got into it. D. Roger, D. Hall and D. Hop got into it. You know, he needed some orthotics for his shoes. So, I think we have a coach now that will make sure that the work that we need to get done gets done without the sidebars, the fights, and things like that. How do you guys feel about this work that we should get with Baltimore? Do you think it'll get us ready for the season for the Arizona Cardinals?
Man,
I mean, I think that real talk, Baltimore might be tougher. Like, I don't understand why. Yeah, that's gonna get us ready. Yeah, that's gonna get us ready.
Hold on. We're gonna talk behind the scenes right now. Do you have you got it?
I got it.
You sent it?
I'm sending it now.
All right. Okay.
I'm good. I was just letting you know.
All right. Okay. So yeah, Baltimore is a really tough team. I don't think we're gonna be tackling Lamar Jackson. We're not bringing Lamar Jackson to the ground. He's gonna have on that jersey that says "Do not touch me," right? But you know, they do have Odell up there, so our corners will get some good work. They have some great tight ends, so our linebackers will get some good work. Plus, they have an offensive line that our defensive line will need to go one-on-one with. But our offensive line is probably going to get the best work versus Baltimore's defensive line. You know, they always have a strong defensive line in their linebackers as well. So he said this is going to be this joint practice is going to be lit for Hard Knocks. I think we're going to get Hard Knocks as well, but people keep saying the Jets. But I think it's coming to us. New ownership group, the fan base being rejuvenated. Chase, Montez, both in their final years of their contract. Sam Howell's a young quarterback.
And Forbes is real. His personality is a little flashy,
On the field, his on the field personality, correct?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I think that we're going to wind up with Hard Knocks as well. Said the Atlanta Falcons, are they eligible for Hard Knocks?
Yep.
Do you think y'all are going to get Hard Knocks? Y'all got any storylines that can possibly wind up with none? Y'all are just quiet in Atlanta, huh?
Dang. Said mad with him, but he know they don't have no made for.
I mean, they don't really. I mean, there's not really any storylines right now. I mean,
his other team's not eligible for Hard Knocks because they went to the playoffs.
Right. I mean, the fact is,
to the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, his other team went to the Super Bowl.
I mean, they might have went and lost, but what was that saying?
I'm not messing with y'all, boy.
What happened?
Y'all ruthless.
What?
Hey, show us that logo. We need that logo in the graphic. That
what logo?
That logo you put in the chat.
Oh, that
no, I'm like let's.
Like
graphics department is gonna get on that one too.
That bird look like a dog.
That bird look like a dog.
What kind of?
I don't know, man. Listen, I just know this. I know this much, man. I think the Commanders are headed for Hard Knocks. I think that these joint practices are going to be lit. I think that we should be ready. Ron Rivera, Eric Bieniemy, Jack Del Rio, they cannot afford a slow start, right? Like the
Yes.
pressure is really on for everybody. Ant is on daddy duty. He's
Um,
on assignment again.
Metaphor. You have a good point. Last year they announced it at the end of March.
Yeah, they did.
So here we are,
Yeah, they did. Boy,
May. So were they waiting is the question. But this is definitely people are gonna watch it. If it's the Commanders, people are gonna watch it.
yeah, I mean, Hard Knocks has been watched. I watched it, and
But
I've even watched the end game the end season Hard Knocks, which last year was the Arizona Cardinals, and
mhm.
they sucked towards the end of the year. Um, so I know that Hard Knocks does get watched.
I feel no, I mean like people are going to more people will be watching if it's the Commanders. And I'm not saying that because it's my team. It's actually not for good reason. People love drama, people love watching certain things. And they've
Right.
literally been in the news the entire year. They a whole football season went by and the majority of the time when they were talked about they weren't talked about their play on the field. They were talking about the drama. And then
Right.
everyone wants to see, like, okay, what are they doing now that Dan is gone? So it's a team that's constantly in everyone's news feed or conversation or on their social media. That gets people ratings, that gets good ratings.
I got a question. The last couple of teams that were on Hard Knocks last year was the Detroit Lions. They didn't make the playoffs that year, right? But didn't they make the playoffs the following year? Like the year before Detroit was on there, wasn't it Miami?
No,
I don't remember. Don't give me the
let's
line.
not talk about Detroit in this because they really don't count because Detroit has not come to fruition in all of these years. Nothing has come about. So we don't want
That's
to
just your
say,
personal bias against Detroit.
no, that's not even a personal bias. What have they done?
I don't know, but next week's fan of the year is going to be the Detroit fan of the year.
That's nice. And I'm gonna ask him when your team gonna win a Super Bowl.
Oh, that's just rude.
I would. That's
Hey,
what
Charles.
I'm asking.
HR's going to have to go to the corner.
That's a question. Am I right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
truthfully, like, okay.
It
So
was
we
Dallas. It was Dallas before, and Dallas made a playoff run. So it may not be that year that you make that run.
so when is the last team that went on Hard Knocks and they won the Super Bowl?
I mean, that's a
That's what I'm
step.
asking.
It's just-
Let's be real here.
when was the
Yeah,
last
that's a
time
really
a
good
team?
question.
When was
Okay,
the last time a team went from not being in the playoffs to winning the Super Bowl? Like from literally not being in the playoffs to winning the Super Bowl. What team was that?
but you're naming these teams, and it's not like okay, so the following year they make it to the playoffs, but then what do they do after that?
But that's the thing. It's like this is so hard. It's so hard to win a Super Bowl that you have to. Ant is on daddy duty. Ant's on assignment. Um, you Tampa, of course, but they had they had a cheat code that was but no, not the Rams, not the Rams meta because the Rams had been in the playoffs a couple of years prior to, and then they went back with a better quarterback and they won. So no meta, you don't get that one.
But
And
that's
matter of fact, they was in
are
the
they
playoffs,
progressively like the majority of the teams? It's not like they go on Hard Knocks and they're progressively getting better. I don't necessarily see that.
but they do.
Who?
Detroit was Detroit not? I mean, look at how they practiced last year, and you saw that come
So
about
last
in
year,
their play.
did they make it to the second round of the playoffs last year?
They did not make the playoffs last year.
That's what I'm saying. What? I'm not sure. Go Cats. What is
Oh no. I think she's mixing up part of the conversation.
Okay, that might be it.
Oh no, she's talking hockey. She's talking hockey.
Oh, okay.
Talking hockey.
It's
Yeah,
on
no.
stars.
Eagles in 17. So when were they on Hard Knocks prior to?
The Eagles in 7. No. I think he's answering the question about the Eagles weren't in the playoffs and then they went to the Super Bowl.
But I was talking about the Hard Knocks. Like,
So that's a good one metaphor. That's a good pull.
right. I'm talking about being on Hard Knocks, and then progressively getting better, going to the Super Bowl, even if they don't win, at least getting to that caliber or getting to the second round of the playoffs. Like I understand what you're saying, Pick, as far as, oh, they'll be on Hard Knocks and then the following year they may be at the playoffs. But when are us, and this is for family. So say we love you, you a cousin because you a NFC East fan. But this is for the family. When are we going to get to the point where we need to expect better of our team? It's not just like, oh, well, we at least need to make it to the playoffs. Yeah, we do, but we should really want more. Like if you
Oh yeah.
look at the talent that has come through our doors and then leave, and then when they leave, they're playing in the Super Bowl.
Facts. Coaches too.
When are we going to expect more of the team that we have and the players that come onto our field and the coaching staff? When are we going to expect more? So hopefully that'll start to turn around because we did get rid of some toxic pieces.
Right.
I was gonna say, because doesn't that start with the owner? Like, doesn't that start with the owner and
it's poor
what he is willing to accept? Like Jack Ken Cook fussed at Joe Gibbs. He told Joe Gibbs, I'm gonna go spend money. Yeah. And Joe Gibbs said it. He said, he pointed at me, I'm gonna go spend money so that you can blow it. But Joe rewarded him with championships after championships after championships because his owner was demanding, right? And then it's the coach's job to demand the most out of the players, which he has,
right,
and to bring the best out of them. It's the general manager's job to not fall in love with those players and to look at the future and which pieces can I trade out to make this team better. But right now, we don't have a general manager, and we have a coach that has lapses in moments because he's doing too much. He's stretched too thin. He's a mid-level coach, right? But he can't afford to be a mid-level coach this year if he wants to remain the head coach. This is probably the worst thing that can happen to our franchise right now is.
So you said we don't have a general manager. We had Martin.
Oh, come on. He does not have the title of a general manager, right? He has the title of whatever, and he reports to the head coach.
He had the title of GM, technically. Yes.
Everything goes through Ron Rivera. Ron has no boss. It's not like Marty could come and fire Ron. He can't fire Ron. So he's not a GM. He has the title of GM. But what I'm saying is, like, Joe Gibbs and Bobby Beathard, they worked in tandem. Joe was concentrating on today. How do I get this team better today for Sunday? Bobby is, how do I get this team better for next month, right? And then when players got hurt, Joe didn't have to worry about it because, hey, I need a guard because my guard is down for a month or my guard is out for the season. I got to put him on IR. So I need a guard, and Bobby go get me a guard. All right. So those two worked hand in hand, and Ron can't do that. So that's pretty much where I am about that right there. And I think I got a little bit off topic here, but yeah, we're still good. We're still good. Martin's the Colonel, man. The Colonel manager. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Our next topic that we were going to get into before we got Chuck on. All right, NBA lottery. Now, I'm going to need some help here, okay? Because I've played the lottery before. Sid, have you played the lottery? I played the Powerball. There's more than 4 numbers, okay?
Sure did.
I've played 4 numbers, and I just want to give you guys my take on this, and you can tell me how you guys feel. So my take is millions or thousands, up to millions of people play the pick 4 right? And no one wins.
Okay.
But 16 teams can play a pick 4 and someone always wins. How? I'm not understanding. I mean, does every team get like an astronomical number of tickets so that there is always a winner? I'm not understanding the math.
What do you
I
mean?
told you.
The math ain't mathing, Pick.
The math ain't mathing.
I mean, what do you mean, Pig? I mean, as in what?
Said if you and I go get a lottery ticket today with at least 16 numbers on it for a
Okay.
pick 4, right? I'm pretty sure that neither one of us is going to win. But
And so I mean, so what do you mean? What's the question about the lotto? What do you mean then?
the lottery, the NBA lottery, 16 teams have 4 numbers and there's always a winner. How? That math don't math to me. This is fixed.
No,
It's
they
gotta
don't.
be
They don't. They don't all have 4 numbers. The lower you see from what you are, you have more tickets.
Yes, but it's a combination. Said you have to have a combination. Okay, so this is what I mean.
But
So
you
when the
gotta
Wizards
remember, not always the person with the most tickets win.
say it,
That's happened more than once. Remember
Say
how
it.
Cleveland got LeBron?
say it.
They didn't have the most tickets that year.
The first 3 numbers that came out of the hopper were the Wizards' numbers. When the 4th number was drawn, the Wizards had a 6 out of 11 chances of getting the number 1 overall pick. 6 out of 11.
But they don't pull
7,
the ticket.
8, 9,
They
10,
don't pull
11.
other
That's
tickets out
5
of it.
other numbers. No, that's 5 other numbers. So 6 is greater than 5. Am I correct? 6 is greater than 5. Is that mathing for everybody?
No.
Okay. 1, 2,
I mean, you
3.
you're trying to say because you had 6 balls in there, they had 5 balls in there, that y'all had a better chance to get the pick. No, I just told you when Cleveland got LeBron, they didn't have the number 1. They didn't have the most balls in the machine.
So you don't find that funny as well?
It happens. It's happened to Cleveland twice.
Well, hold on. So you don't find it funny that a guy from Ohio goes to Ohio? Excuse me. You don't find it funny that a team that has embraced international players gets an international player or is going to select an international player?
Were they not in the lottery last year?
Yes. Last year don't matter this year.
No, pick.
Those numbers don't carry over.
No pick. Were they in the lottery last year?
Yeah, Sid.
Thank you. That's your answer. Let's move on.
No, Sid, come on now. No.
Pick.
So what you telling me is
you can't sit here and tell me
Say, was Atlanta in the lottery last year?
Because they were the first team to embrace international players that it just so happened to fall to them. No,
Said the Wizards were in the lottery last year as well.
It doesn't work that way.
Said, but the Wizards were in the lottery last year as well. The Wizards are in the lottery every year, and the only time that they wind up with the number 1 pick is when it's a down year, just like I said last time, when Kwame Brown's up to be picked. Kwame, don't air out First Ring Podcast.
What you're
This is my second time calling you out.
So what you're saying is they weighted down. Excuse me. They weighed down the Spurs balls. So when it was that pick, their ball fell to the bottom first.
Hey, metaphor said it's fixed.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
is that what you're saying?
Think that. Yes, Pick is saying it's fixed.
It's fixed. Come on, I mean, said it's too many coincidences. There's too many coinky dinks around here. Listen, they did great with international players. They won rings with international players.
You're not the only one to pick international player. Who picked Page's strike? What's Page's last name? When he played with New Jersey, he played with New Jersey, right?
That was after he won with San Antonio. Yeah, that was after San Antonio.
No, he wasn't drafted by San Antonio.
Hey, say it again, metaphor. Say it again. Say it again. Whenever there's a generational talent, they
There
go
was a
into San Antonio.
generational. What happened to the dude that was 7'1", 7'2", the tall
Which
skinny
one?
guy?
Who are you talking about?
Uh,
Last year's number one pick?
yeah,
Last
he's
year's number one
international.
pick.
He was from Nigeria, something like that.
No. Last year's number one pick. Last year's number one pick plays with Oklahoma, and he got hurt. And Oklahoma was a tough out this year.
Wasn't it Bowl? Wasn't it Bowl?
Manu Bowl?
No, his name was Bowl something. Not Manu Bowl. The boy. He's international. He like 7 and some change. Oh, I have to pull it up.
Rosen doesn't play for the Nets. He plays for the Bulls.
But the young man name is Bowl.
Drazen. Oh, are you talking about Drazen? Drazen. I'm sorry, I got no glasses on.
Yeah, he said Drazen.
Yeah, he played for the Nets.
Oh man, you're so far behind, Joe. Joe, you're so far behind.
Ooh.
Man, bowling. That you talking about the China guy? Metaphor said, "Are you talking about the China guy?"
Not over the ring. What are you talking about?
Huh?
It's a bet. Oh, my bad.
Said is watching the basketball game and doing 7 things and trying to argue me down all at once.
Right. He multitasking.
Hey,
he is.
Multitasking, my brother. Multitasking.
Said you can't Petrovic. He's talking about Petrovic.
Oh.
That's what you're talking about, Said? He plays for the Nets.
Who
are you talking about, Said?
No,
I have to find it later, man. I can't do it right now.
Just stats and facts. Get on it, okay?
Because I was pulling something else up at the same time.
Oh, okay. He said he was just talking about the fixes in sports in general. Okay.
Yeah, he said Hurricane Katrina,
and then the New Orleans Saints wins the Super Bowl.
Well, if that's the case, 9/11.
The Patriots. Yep, the Patriots after 9/11. The Patriots after 9/11. Now I know where you at. Joe. What's up, Joe? We haven't seen Sheepdog. Sheepdog hasn't come in yet.
He said he got you bowling.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. I'm not messing with you no more, metaphor.
He said bowling.
Bowling. Yeah, you got me. Hey,
said no.
As soon as Chuck gets in here, we're gonna switch our attention to the Preakness. Okay, so metaphor, Smoking Joe said that he liked a horse, and that horse was the second horse down the line, which was Two Fields. He also said that he liked Emperor Strikes. I think that's what it was. All right, that horse was the third horse, right? I told you guys that I won. I had a feeling about Mage, and I placed a bet while we were on. Remember, I said I just placed the bet, and I got great odds for it.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my bets that I forgot about, but I had a feeling about the horse named Mage, which they told us. That he said had no shot, but I had a feeling. And so today, when we talked to Chuck about these horses, if you get a feeling, you have to place that bet. All right.
Yeah.
I got the second and third horses, but I didn't get Mage. I did, and it was like one ticket. I had a lot of money spread out. I won it bad, but I just had.
Nick was throwing money all over the place. Like,
I was.
Need y'all to understand that. Like he was like, I don't know who can win, so I'm just gonna put money everywhere.
I was spreading it out like I was doing like. I was getting it. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little Preakness here in a little bit. So listen closely. I'm gonna give you guys a little something from Smoking Joe as well, because like I said, he told me he had to work. So Joe said, come on, where is that? Okay. He goes, Joe says, I like the 6. He's the number 6. His name is National Treasure. I'm sorry. National Treasure is the number 1 horse. National Treasure is the number 1 horse. Mage is
the number 3.
Mage is the number 3 horse. And then the number 6 horse is the long shot. The number 6 horse is a long shot for the Preakness. Who's the number 6 horse, Lady A?
Perform.
I asked for, huh?
Perform.
Perform is the number 6 horse. I asked for a long shot, like, right? And
somebody's 50-1. Hold on.
No, I'm not going with a 50-1.
You said a long shot. That's a long shot. Remember the dude that came in at the end of the last year was what? 80-1?
Yeah, 80. He was 80-1.
All
But
right,
Mage wasn't 80-1. Mage was like Mage was like
15. I forgot what it was. Now you asked me for a long shot. Chase the chaos.
I asked Joe for a long shot that had a chance of winning. Not just a long shot, not just the longest shot. All right. So I asked for a horse that could get me there, and he told me the 6 horse. Right. So the 6 horse. This is an 8 horse field. All right. So Mage is literally going to be the favorite because Mage is the only horse from the Kentucky Derby that's running in the Preakness, and this is probably like the first time this has probably happened or something like that. How is Chuck doing, Lady
A? It's asking him, and I think this is new. Asking him to, I'll put it in the chat.
If he can get it in his email on the phone.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you in the chat.
All right, okay. All right. So once we get Chuck in, you guys just, pay attention to what Chuck tells you. We're all here to place bets and cash checks. That's what we do here on First Rate Podcast. So, we will all be a little sweat in the game. All right. So I know that I'm going to play the 1, the 3, and the 6. That's going to be one of my tickets. And then I'll listen to what Chuck says. And what Chuck says, I'll place my money there. So, Ron, I hope you in here. I hope you're ready. Droop, I hope you're ready. I hope you got your pens and paper. I know you ready, Bruce. And Metaphor, what? That's not right.
Mm-hmm. I just shot it too.
That's what?
I'll screenshot it. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
When I click on it, it does the same thing.
To you?
Yep. Hold on, I'll show you.
Did you copy the link from the top and send them that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry. That's a little behind the scenes right there. We're having trouble getting our guests in. The 8's going to win. The 8 horse is going to win. Okay, what's the 8 horse's name there?
It's First Mission.
First Mission. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say is I don't know.
Don't be scared of it now.
No.
Number 8. So Joe says number 8 is going to win. I get you. I hear you.
You say number 8's gonna win?
Mm-hmm. That's what Joe said in the chat.
I'm gonna do some long shots.
What?
See what it look like.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I don't know why it's doing that.
Mm-hmm. It was making him sign in.
So, okay.
Wait a minute, how did you send it? Who sent it?
I did.
Ready, eh?
Okay, how did you send it?
The link. The link from here.
The invite on the screen?
Mm-hmm. Send that to say it.
Like this.
I think it's new.
No. I got you. This is send it like this. Send it like that.
Did you copy paste or you hit the little
button
at the
bottom? You got to send it like that.
Okay. Oops. And then do that.
Well, all right. When it happens, don't ask me no questions. I got you, Joe. When it happens, I'm gonna need you to come back. Oh, he's here. Yeah. Just as we're going crazy around here, let's get our guy Chuck in here.
Hey,
How you doing, Chuck?
Hey, what's going on? Can we hear everything? Everything good?
Yeah, we got you. Hold on. We're gonna play a little magical seats here. We're gonna switch a little bit. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. All right, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna put you in our big box.
Okay.
Wait,
All right, there you go.
Say your face.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
All right, Chuck. So, Chuck, tell
up,
everybody
guys?
about yourself a little bit and what it is that you do.
I started out in this game a long time ago, betting horses. I used to be an exercise jockey at Lower Maryland racetrack. I started out there for a while, and I went on to college, went to law school, became a gaming attorney, got my master's degree in gaming policy and regulation. I was part of the original people that wrote the stuff for Maryland sports betting.
All right, so Maryland, thank Chuck for
thank
allowing you guys to get your gamble on. All right, so Chuck, you've been in horses, it sounds like, for a very, very long time, and we got the Preakness coming. All right, we got the Preakness coming up here. You got to keep that camera still. You're making me sick. All right. All right. There we go. We're good right there. Okay. All right, Chuck. So we lost Chuck.
No, I think
I think he got a text message.
Am I out?
Oh no, you
back.
back.
No, you there. You right there. You right there. Okay. All right.
A text message or a phone call. Or
yeah, it might have been a text message or a call. All right. So Chuck, the Preakness is a 8-horse field. How do you feel? Yeah. How does this look into you?
Kind of rigged, to be quite honest with you. The Preakness being 8, I mean, it's not uncharacteristic for it to be 8 horses, but for $1.5 million, and only for it to be 8 horses, I think that is, I think that's a little bit ridiculous. But it was supposed to be 9.
Right.
Yeah, they got rid of Disarm, which they moved in for the other guy that won the Lexington Stakes First Mission. We just was actually talking about First Mission, and that's the 8-horse, right? Yeah, 8-horse running with Louis Saez on the 8 slot.
Yeah,
a lot of people remember Louis Saez. He had a real famous disqualification a couple of years back in the Kentucky Derby on Maximum Security.
On Maximum Security, yes.
Yeah,
all right.
Saez.
All right, that's the jockey that they said had something in his hand, correct?
Well, he bumped the horse. That's the reason why he got
interrupted
the horse's path and gave him a little bump in the Derby. So they said it looked clear to me when I saw it.
All right. So, Chuck, everybody's waiting with pen and pad ready to go. Which horse do you think is winning this race?
So typically what I do for small races like this, or 8-horse race, I get rid of the longest long shot. And I think that right now that's the number 2 horse. I get rid of him and I'll go win, place, show on the whole field.
Win, place, show on the whole field minus the longest long shot.
So
minus the longest long.
So take out Chase the Chaos.
Yeah, he's too slow.
All right, so
Chase the Chaos, he ain't gonna do nothing. By the time the race goes off, he might be 150 to 1.
Oh,
okay. So last in the Kentucky Derby, 2 Fields got out to a fast start, and I said, what horse is going to push this pace? And that 2 Fields going to have to, because 2 Fields doesn't like to have mud in his face and things like that. So 2 Field wanted to get to the front, and that's what happened. But he fell to the back. So and then Mage had a really good race, right? Which horse is going to get out fast? Because you said the 2 horse is too slow. What horse is going to push this pace?
That's going to be tough because, with 8 horses, this is not going to be we didn't think the Kentucky Derby was going to be a fast pace, number 1. And they did a quarter in 22 seconds.
Right.
And they were going almost 45 miles an hour. And
right.
So we didn't even expect that to be fast. We didn't expect, you call it pace pushing, but they were going lightning speed. No one expected that. But so this one, it's kind of tough to call it the pace pusher. But I do believe that Mage is still going to win it.
So Mage is still going to win it. So
yeah, no doubt about it.
All right. So we got to have some sort of, if someone upsets Mage, which horse would it be?
If someone upstages Mage, I'm going with the 8-horse First Mission.
First Mission. Well, there you go, Joe. First
I'm going
Mission.
3-8. And 3-8 exacta box for my bettors out there. 3-8 exacta box. $50 exacta box. 3-8.
3-8 exacta box. Ron, you know what I'm talking about here. How much is that going to pay out there, Chuck?
Oh, that's gonna be well. You know, it depends on what the final odds are at the window and when they get into the starting gate. But
okay.
$50 exacta box. That's why horse racing is so hard to predict money wise, because it's like, you know, the sign goes better. And per mutual wagering is right at the starting gate. It's not like you can lock in. But you might be able to do it on some of these new apps now. But where I'm at, Las Vegas, we don't have access to those fancy apps that you guys do.
Right. Okay. All right. That's fair enough. Okay. So, the one horse, National Treasure, do they stand a chance?
National Treasure. I mean, I was high on National Treasure in the beginning, but you know, no, I don't think he stands a chance now. I was high on him last year when they did the Breeders, but after that, he hasn't really shown me nothing since then. Same with Blazing Sevens. I was real high on
which horse number is that?
Number 7.
That should be number 7.
Number 7.
Blazing Sevens on number 7. How did they do that, right?
Hey, that's ironic.
I think it was.
Well, you know what's
Blazing
funny is National Treasure drawing at one post. How ironic is that? He draws the one post all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
does he? Is he a pace pusher? Does he not like mud in his face? I mean, tell us about this horse.
Well, it shouldn't be too muddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too muddy to go there at all. But I still feel like, you know, Blazing Sevens, I like him to hit the exotics. So I like Blazing Sevens to come in maybe a 4th place. Super effective box, Blazing Sevens with number 3 or number 4. Because you just can't count Iran Ortiz out, given his, you know, Eclipse Jockey of the Year status so many times. And Brad Cox being the trainer. Everybody's high on him because he won it last year and a couple of years ago. So, you know, people are high on Brad Cox with the combination of Cox and Iran Ortiz. You got Blazing Sevens, which is he hits the board, he just doesn't win. But all of his losses have come to Forte.
Oh, another horse that we know from last year.
Yeah, a lot of his. I thought Forte was going to win the Triple Crown this year. If you had asked me, I thought he would have going to win it. And in my opinion, I believe that Forte is the only horse that can beat Mage in these lengths.
Mm-hmm.
A mile and a half is a whole nother story when you get to the Belmont Stakes.
Okay.
So what do you think about the number 5 horse? Like, what are the chances of number 5 horse, Red Route 1, coming in?
Red Route 1. Give me one. I think I'm getting. Something's happening here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we lost Chuck. Yeah, something was happening.
He was right.
Red Route 1. I'm gonna tell you something. I am playing Red Route 1 some kind of way. I am playing that.
Why?
That name. That's the number. What horse is that?
Number 5.
The 5 horse. I will be playing Red Route 1 in some kind of combination. When I heard the name, it just spoke to me, and I want to say that horse is. I'll ask Chuck the ties of that horse, but Red Route 1, that name spoke to me. All right.
So, Red Route 1 spoke to you.
It did.
But what about Perform? You don't think Perform will perform?
Perform is one of the horses that Joe spoke to me about.
Mm-hmm.
Perform's one of the horses that Joe spoke to me about. By the way, you could catch Joe tomorrow on the Team 980 with Doc Walker and Scott Jackson. He told me to tell you all that, and he'll give you some other information about the Preakness as well. Okay, Chuck, Lady A had a question for you.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Red Route 1. No worries. So Red
Route 1, you got a legitimate wager with Red Route 1. He's a real sleeper. The problem with Red Route 1 is he can't close against top talent.
Oh.
It's an 8-horse field.
I mean, yeah, but you still got, you still got G1 winners here. You still got first mission here. You still got Maze. You got Blazing Sevens. I don't see Red Rock beating any of them three.
Okay.
He's
So
also
would he
never
show?
won at this length.
Yeah.
He's never
Okay.
been this far. It's a little far for him.
Okay.
So he's gonna be in the back coughing up a lung.
I think he runs out of gas.
Yeah. He coughing up a lung. Yep.
His tank is on E.
He
Got
gonna
it.
be,
But I still
he gonna be a bless your heart.
like
He's
Red
got
Route
a lot
1. I
of-
like the name.
The name is a really cool one, but he's also that's number 6 horse to Perform. But there's a lot of curling ancestry in this race here. As you guys remember that. I was going to ask. I think that might have been the last 8 horse Preakness. If you go back to 2007, 2008.
I was going to ask you about Red Route 1. Tell us a little history on this horse, like who jockey trainer parents, anything like that you got.
I don't know. You still sold on Red Route 1 for the name.
No, I just
you
just like the name.
Yeah, I know. I hear. Let me see. Who's Red Route 1 got riding? I think it's I don't remember who Red Route 1.
Oh, Rosario.
Rosario's decent, but I mean, I don't know. I don't like Rosario to win the Preakness. So,
okay, I got you.
That's that. Yeah.
That's that to you.
I'm a big jockey guy though.
Right. So which jockeys do you like and what horse are they on?
Well, if you look at it like National Treasure, he's a Bob Baffert trained horse.
Right.
It's super great. When he came out, he was a beast early on. And Forte smoked him in the Breeders' Cup, and he ain't been the same since. He ain't won nothing since then.
Oh.
Always draws the rail. I mean, we look at number 2 horse, Chase the Chaos, which is going to be the super long shot. I think Sheldon Russell's riding him.
Mm-hmm.
His grandfather was Uncle Mo back in the day. But I mean, his last 2 races, he finished 7th, 8th. I think maybe one of them was 9th. Another guy that can't beat top competition. And you got the Champ Maze. You got Coffee with Chris, number 4 horse.
The 4 horse.
I like this guy. Yeah, Coffee with Chris. He's a hometown kid. Runs straight out of the lower racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Can he go the distance? Can he go the distance? Is he fast?
He's fast, but he can't. He's never been this far. But also, the intriguing part on him, he's one of Curlin's grandsons.
Curlin's grandsons. Okay.
Yeah, he's one of Curlin. There's a lot of Curlin ancestry in here. I think there's about 3 of them in here. Number 6, Perform is one of Curlin's grandkids too.
Okay.
Perform is one of those horses that keeps getting better and better and better as it goes on. He's gained a lot of speed since he first came out. Mage already beat him early this year. Back in January, Mage kind of gave him a little go there, but he's been getting better ever since. And he can handle the distance. He can go even further than this.
So should we look out for Perform in New York? Because that's the furthest race, right? That's the one that goes
1.5. Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, that's if you get a ballsy enough trainer to enter him in that race.
Yeah.
You're getting guys now that don't want to put up the money to put their horse in, or they scared the top competition, or for whatever reason they pulling these guys out and switching them into other races.
All right. So speaking of this now, so at the Kentucky Derby, we lost a couple of horses. They had I think like 4 horses pass away, or
7.
whatever. It was 7 horses. Oh wow! So the number kept going up. Okay, so what went wrong in Kentucky that we seem to be avoiding here in Maryland?
That's a hard sell to say because this is a horse game, man. That can happen every day.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't realize is as many horses as you lose on the track, you lose 20 more back in the stable, just doing nothing, just running around. They can be galloping out of your barn. Anything can happen. These guys are very, very fragile. And the problem is we're not taking enough time to examine. Everybody just wants to keep putting them down quick. Euthanize. That's the name of the game. Instead of like when Barbaro broke his leg, how long did they let that horse live? Long time.
Right.
He went to rehab. He was swimming in pools, everything. Now, that's it.
Yeah.
So, we had a couple situations at Santa Anita. They tried to blame the pro ride surface for the horses dying over there. They had a lot. It was like 20 something over there. I mean, even at where you guys Merle at what's the Showplace Arena?
Mm-hmm.
They had 30 something go down over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just the game, man. Unfortunately, we do everything we can, but I mean, until we have an actual governing body that says this drug is banned here and this drug is banned here, until it's across the board, you're gonna have problems. You got a lot of overzealous trainers. You got, everybody wants the best for them, but at the end of the day, we in this game to make money.
Right. Yeah. Indeed. So, all right. So you said you're playing the 3-7, right?
3-8.
The 3-8. The 3-8. Say it. I need you to write this down because I'm gonna be asking for these notes later.
That's just exact the box. I want to do 3-8-7. If you want to throw in a crazy one, I'll do 3-8-7-1 superfecta box.
Superfecta box 3-8-7-1 is what he said, and he also said 3-8-7. So he likes.
Box. If you want to do a 4-horse trifecta, you can do that too. It's going to cost you a little more, but you can do a 4-horse trifecta box of 3-8-7-1 as well.
All right. So yeah, only
one I'm convinced that won't do anything is number 2. Not happening. Or maybe number 4 either. But I'll still do, just in case for insurance bets, I'll still do a win play show on home field minus number 2.
Okay. Got you. All right. So Chuck, listen, we know you're in Vegas and we know you are a sports lawyer or professional gaming lawyer. So what is it that you cannot do? Because we will have you back to talk about stuff that you can do.
What is it that I cannot do?
Yes. Like, what can you not give us tips on? Like, we'll talk NFL here in a little bit. We'll talk NFL futures. We'll talk baseball, hockey. We talk all sports. Is what we do here, right? So my guy, Ron O'Neill, he does exactly have his pen and pad ready. You see? So, yeah, he has his pen and pad. Ron, I knew you was in here. Look, he's ready. All right?
I do have a quick question, though.
Go ahead, Jim.
Black Eyed Susan. Who you got?
That's Friday. Yeah, that's Friday. Yes.
Yeah, Friday. This is the sad part about our game. There we go. I'm trying to center this thing. This is the sad part about our game because I believe it's 11 horses now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is 12.
12 horses now, and the purses is somewhere around $400,000.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. But you got 8 horses winning Preakness for $1.5 million. And disparities in the game between fillies and mares. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's just like WNBA versus NBA.
Well, listen, the horses can go on strike. The horses can go on strike.
Oh, we'll just get more.
They can't go on strike. But, for those who are watching, because we addressed this the last time, right before Kentucky Derby, fillies are the
girls,
female, the ladies of the bunch. Okay?
Yeah. So. Now there are no fillies in Preakness, right?
No, not this year.
In which one's faster?
Well, yeah, it depends on how you look at it. Because I mean, typically you would love to see. This is one of the old horseman tricks. You see, for the bettors, you ever see a race with all guys in one filly take the filly because she's gonna like to run away from the boys. The boys chase the filly.
Right.
And so typically that's how it happens. But I think the last one I seen was Rachel Alexandra, who came out and won the Preakness.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. Also be on the lookout though, because I mean stuff does happen. So like 8 Bells, who's died on the track in Pimlico not long ago. That was another one. That really put everything on the scene as far as that, because that was like the first major that happened in the first major race.
Mm.
But for Black Eyed Susan, I like who's your filly?
Who's your filly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pfizer. The other Bob Baffert horses.
That's
in that
the number 3 horse. So
yeah, who's your filly? Number 3, and there's Pfizer that's sitting, I believe, is number 9 or 8.
9.
So here we go. All right, so we like the 9-8. We like the 9-8 for the Preakness, and we like the 3-8 for the Preakness, and we like the 3-9 for the Black Eye Susan.
No, yeah, you got it right. I thought that was.
Did you say Pfizer is undefeated? Is that what you just said?
Undefeated. Yeah, undefeated, never lost.
That's the key.
That's the 3 horse. That's the 3 horse.
No. That's who's your Philly. 9 is Pfizer.
9 is
Mm-hmm. I like.
I was hoping that Gambling Girl would have got in this race because she almost won that Kentucky Oaks. I think it had been a little bit one more furlong. She would have got it. Maybe a half a furlong. She would have got it. That was Irad Ortiz riding it in. Came in second in the Kentucky Oaks. I would love to see her run against Hoosier Philly and Pfizer. But yeah, I like Pfizer over Hoosier Philly. Exactly, box. $100 each.
$100 each. Got it. Say it. I'm gonna need to borrow $200, but I'll pay you back as soon as I win.
Why he give you the side eye and try to act like he don't hear you?
He's gonna send it. He's gonna send it.
We see you.
Yeah, we see you. We see you. Say it. We see you.
Lady, hey.
I'm sorry. I'm next time. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Say it. When the Lakers win, I'll place that bet myself. So I got that one already. When the Lakers win, I'll place that bet myself because I told you guys I took the dogs yesterday. I took the dog yesterday. I took the dog tonight.
Okay.
Lakers. Yeah, they're helping me get my bankroll ready for the Preakness. Chuck, we really do appreciate you joining us. All the trouble you had, we finally got you in here. We will have you back.
I don't know what happened with that? That was my bad.
No worries.
Look out for Forte. He's gonna come back from injury, and I think they might run him in the Belmont.
Oh,
nice. Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try. I mean, because he's gonna have to get another race in him, but I don't know if the Belmont is enough time or they save him for the Traven Stakes. We'll see what happens. But
it's 3 weeks until. It's 3 weeks from the Preakness to the Belmont. So, right, yeah, it's 3 weeks because I know I was 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks. So yeah, that's the way that goes. That's how I always get my horse betting in right there. Chuck, we do appreciate you, man. Stick around. We're gonna talk to you backstage here in a little bit. Okay.
All right, no problem.
All right. Say it. Get out the big box, man. This is where you belong.
Not 8 2 up, 2
down. Yeah.
2 up, 2 down is BA, but 2 up is 8 town down.
Listen, hey, we would like to thank our guest that we had tonight, James Wright, Cowboys Fan of the Year, and we want to thank Chuck for coming on and helping us with our horse bets. Man, we also like to thank you guys for sticking with us today, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys for being in the chat, watching, and supporting First Street Podcast. We really do appreciate y'all. We couldn't do this without y'all, of course. Say it. Did we cover everything?
Everything. Yes, we did.
Everything. Lady A, did we cover everything?
Yes, I believe so.
Whatever we missed. Well, I'm gonna ask her anyway. Listen, whatever.
I'm just passing down the HR.
Just pass the HR. Yes, that's right. That's right. Listen, whatever we miss, we will clean up on Saturday. Spill on aisle 3. How about that?
But hold on, because I'm not going to be here on Saturday, so I need y'all to behave.
That is not going to happen.
I'm going to have my people looking.
Yeah, you're going to need to, because Ann will be back. He'll be stripping for the lady viewership. Sid will be having his contacts in, so you know how he going to act.
I can't do that.
And pick, you don't know what I'm going to say. So, yeah, tell mama to be watching. Because I know she'll write a full review. No.
No, he gonna wear his contacts. You got your new head, and then Ant, Lord knows what he gonna do. So this
told you, Ant might show up with no shirt on, lotion and
put lotion on.
Yeah, putting lotion on.
Y'all all right. Want me to pop up from where I'm at because that's gonna be a problem.
Please don't pull up. All right. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First Stream Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell them, say it.
Go Dogs.
Go Eagles.